Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I create this effect, this crystal coming out of the ground. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. If you like this video, like, share and comment. And let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So I have this map and this is a reference I found on Matchbox, and specifically I will just create this one. So I just create a crystal that's coming out from ground and with some dust and smoke. I'm just taking the idea from it because it has this tony stylized smoke. I will not create that. I will just put some smoke there, but I'll just take the idea. So crystal coming out of the ground and which has some debris and smoke. So I'll put the link in description. You can check this. So first I will create a crystal like this in Maya. So I'll take the slender maybe. Yeah. And maybe this much. And we can use a height. So that crystal is something like this. And actually it needs to have one edge that we can scale like not more like that crystal. And we can also scale these. So it looks similar, although we just need half of it, but we can use full, or we can just delete this much and rotate it 90 degree. Pivot is there already. And let me check the UVs. So UVs are proc, so we can use automatic or maybe cylindrical, very cylindrical, or maybe spherical. And maybe I'll take the planar, not from this side, maybe, yeah, yeah, that's better. And I'll unfold this also. So we have the proper UVs now. So for that, like a reference, it has this edge glowy. So now we have all the edges, so we can use that. And now I will normalize this to fit it here. I think I don't need much thing here, but I guess I need one segment there. So we can use, like, if I take the multi-cut, it's not required. We will copy exactly. I can do my thing also. So now we have these, so I can move these. Scale little outer. Yeah, now it's proper. But we don't have those edges here, so again I will take a planer and then unfold and then normalize. Okay, now we have all the things. So I need this thing, so let's export this snapshot to the desktop UV, apply and close, and export this thing. Let me just freeze transform and delete the history. Export. Desktop, half crystal, import here. And I'll open the Maya also. So we have that hard crystal. I'll create a material. M crystal. And in the Photoshop, it's actually opening. Let it open. So in this material, I will choose that here crystal. Although we can turn on the wireframe from here, so we can use two particle system, one for wireframe, one for full. But it's better to use the texture so you can do all things in the single material. Photoshop has opened. I will open that UV from the desktop. Where is the UV? This one. Control H, Control J, and I'll make it black. We have this. And there's a filter which makes them a little thicker. I don't know the name of filter exactly, but that you need to first merge these, then go to the filter. Yeah, so this making it little thicker, maybe this much. Okay, we can invert it, Control I, and take the level to make it like this. And then what I'll do, I'll Control J this, and then I'll use the blur. I should have done something that I did not. It's cutting actually. So in here, I will select this, scale it down, and export this again. Half crystal. And also the UVs. So in the image snapshot, overwrite it. Okay. So I don't need this. You can merge it and make it black. Then you can use that UV here. Okay, it's not working like this. So I will open that again. Control J, make it black, merge, and use the same filter. Okay, Control I. Now you can use. So we have this. So Control J, and this time we can use blur. Maybe this much. Control C, and in the channels paste. Actually, Control X to cut it and paste it here. What is happening? Oh, actually, I select this. Control A, Control X, and paste it in the different channel. If this is not working like this, you can do one thing. You can duplicate your image, and in the second image, delete this, and in this image, copy and paste it here. So you have now both channels, blurred one and the sharp edges, and I can save it as Targa. So T crystal wireframe on desktop, and you need to re-import it where we change the UV. I'll drag it here. So how it looks, it is slightly transparent and then have these edges glowing, and then at the end it is dissolving. Okay, so basically we need translucent, unlit, decided, and then we can use these wireframes like this. Cool. Yeah. So particle color, and this will be my emissive, and then this is my opacity. Actually, opacity will be invert of this red channel, but then it will not be completely zero. So it will be like this. So edges will be fully opaque, but the rest of part little transparent like this. And then I will multiply these edges with this and then multiply it again to boost. So dynamic, and then add that to the particle color. So I can boost separately these edges. Edge boost. Okay, so for now, let's do this much only. Save this. And here I need a Niagara. I'll open that mesh here, link that here, and then this material. So override material and like this here. I don't need these things. Delete. I just need one particle, so burst one, and then the loop is 2. Let's make it maybe 3, and the life maybe 2. Okay, and the size of mesh maybe 10 for now, and I'll take the dynamic parameter. And didn't I save it? Why is not showing? Oh, I accidentally deleted that mesh renderer. Save all actually. So we have this, and of course we can use yellow color, and with dynamic parameter we can boost our edges like this. Okay, and pivot is in bottom, so we can also animate it. So I'll take the scale and make it float and make it curve. Actually, I will just make reset this. I will take the curve. I want to use 3 curves. So first I'll just disable this on the Z. So in the Z at 0 it will be 0. At point 2 it will be like 1.5, 1.2, and at point 3 it will be 1. So it will go up, and then so this is just the Z key, and in Y and X key this will be actually same, so this will be 1. So we have just the Z like this. I can even more edit this, press 1. We can actually delete this and just play with the curve like this. Okay. I'll make it 0.05, and at 0 it will be 0. So initially it should be 0 like this. And this should be local, and this is my crystal. Okay, I can drag it into the viewport, and this seems very small, so maybe I'll make the size 50. Yeah, this much size is okay. And in the post, I'll decrease it to 1, maybe 0.5, and turn off these things for now. So we have this crystal. So what is happening here? This crystal appearing with very glow overall, and then glow decreases. Then at the end, there's again a glow, and it's dissolving. So let's add some dissolve thing here. So what I need a texture, and I can take the aura, and then just a step node, and not smooth, just the step node, and this is my thing, and multiply this with the opacity you have. That's it. So this is my dissolve. Then to control the tiling of noise, this is my tile. Save. Now here, and let's make the dissolve 1, tile 1. So if I'm making this dissolve like 0 is dissolving, and we can change the tiling if you want, but I think 1 is okay. So basically it will go from 1 to 0. So I'll make a curve, and at point 8 it is 1, then at 1 it is 0. So it will dissolve like this. Okay, and you can make these keys smoother if you want, like this. Okay, and when it's dissolving, the color will be bright. So I'll take the scale color, and I'll make the float and take the curve. So initially color will be bright. So in initial maybe 10 times brighter, maybe 50 times brighter. And at point 3 it will be 1, and then at point 8 it will be 1, and at 1 it will be again 50. So we will have brightness 2 times, and 50 is too much. You can use 20, I think. This is still too much. I'll just use the 5 time brighter. Okay, so next we will add. So we don't need to check it again now. We can add just some debris which has also light impact on it, some sparks and some smoke. So for debris, I'll control D this. In this one, I have already debris actually, like this, and we can apply rock material on it. Maybe this one. And when we will use multiple, maybe 20, and then the size will be 5. And then I'll use the shape disk and the size of this disk here, and the size of mesh will be random, maybe 10, 10, 10, and 30, 30, 30. And why is that very dark? Is that okay? In this rock material, we have a dynamic parameter. Okay, we can use a basic rock material, not required to use it. So maybe we can just use this one. And then I'll use initial mesh orientation that will be random by default. And actually, I want to use like this. Yeah. And I will make it determinism so it will not be random every time, it will be same. And we can stretch it even more in this axis. So here we will have this. And in the size, we don't need to make it this much bouncy. And I don't like these rocks much. We need something detailed. So from the Maya, I will create it quickly. I'll take actually this thing, platonic and triangles, maybe some more subdivision. I'm doing it very randomly. I'm doing it. You can use something to create the rock, or you can properly create the debris. You can break it by, I'm just doing it very. So I will import that mesh here. This mesh looks little detailed. Okay. Okay, so next what I need some more debris, so copy and paste it. And in this one, I'll increase the radius and then decrease the size, maybe 10, 10, 20. And then I'll copy this again. And this time I will add a velocity from point. I'll make a little down so velocity is a little up, and then we can use the gravity and then collision. We can use the analytical plane and just make it like -1. So now we can increase the velocity and also randomize it actually 100 and 500 maybe. And the size I will make even more small. Spawn rate maybe 50. And collision bounds I will make random from 0 to point 0.3. Save it. Increase the friction. And the velocity I'll make it even more down. Not this much. And even more smaller. Like 5, 5, 5. Okay, this looks okay. Then we need some smoke. So I'll just copy this, copy and paste. And this is actually small debris. Smoke, dust, you can say. And instead of this, take the sprite renderer and here smoke. I have lots of smoke texture, but I'll use this one 4x4 random texture. 4x4 it is not sub UV, just random pattern from Photoshop. Cloud. So I don't need the collision here. Okay, or mesh orientation or mesh size. And let's increase the size to maybe 200, 100. And you need to type here 4x4 and here animation random 15 16 frames, and it is not visible. It is visible now, but why it's very small still. We'll increase it. It looks weird. And let me check if I have any dynamic parameter here. Yes, for dissolve. So here we need to reset this value. So we can use it like 1. And this will be like desaturated and like dust. So very less gravity and also very less velocity. And initial size would be down. I need drag curve, and this will be like this, maybe 5. So, and the size will be 200. So we have dust that stops, and this should also smoothly fade. not the color, but the alpha, like this. And also there should be some smoke that like inherit with that crystal. So I'll copy this, copy and paste. And in this one, we will have more velocity, but this time just a linear velocity. And I'll uniform that to maybe 200, 100, and size 50. And the color should be bright little. And the spawn rate maybe just 20. And alpha maybe 0.2. So I'll make the life random for this 1 and 0.5, and also for this random. That doesn't look much, so I'll make the opacity little high. I'll also make it little down so you can see that. And those rocks should scale down or maybe dissolve. So let's say I just scale down these. So in here we have this scale, and I'll just copy this, copy and paste. And in the next scale, I will make it float and then make it curve. And after 0.8, it will be scaled down. Okay, and I will copy this and also make the life random. And I'll paste that here also. And also make the life random. And also paste here. And also make the life random. So now the rock's life should be higher than this because my crystal life is 2. So rock should be more than 2. So I'll make it 1.8 and 2.3, or 2, 2.4, 2, 2.2. And there should be some sparks also, yellowish spark. So we can duplicate our smoke, copy and paste. And here I will take the radial, maybe this one. I don't need 4 by 4 and not this animation. And the size of particle and the color first, right? And the size maybe 5 and 1. And more saturation, more brightness. And the spawn rate maybe 50, and no color randomization. And in the velocity, I'll use cone velocity on the z-axis, and the angle, I'll increase the angle, and the drag maybe 20, 50, and the gravity little high, and the size will be scaled down like this. Life maybe 2.5 last, brightness even more, so it will be like this. Size is little very, we can increase the size, and the velocity is little high. I'll make the drag maybe 10, and the velocity little low, and the gravity. We can use curl noise also little. I'll make that yellowish actually. And one more thing I'll do, I'll copy this. This is actually sparks. I'll copy this, cop copy and paste. And in this one, what I'll do, uh, instead of this location, actually I'll delete that. And then I'll take the velocity line. In the size, I will use this non-uniform, 200 and red. And I don't need curl noise, drag, or gravity, or the particle size either. And the spawn rate will be like 20. And the light should be very low, 0.3, 0.1. And the angle will be this, so like, and very bright, maybe 800, 200, like this. You can increase the spawn rate maybe. And this should be like yellowish. And there can be an hit mark on the ground. Mark. So I copied the smoke, and in here I have already hit mark material. This one. Very simple material, just a texture with normal. This texture. Very simple. So I don't need this 4x4 or this animation, no velocity, no shape, no drag, no gravity, and no dynamic parameter. It will fade, and particle will be maybe 3, and the color should be like 1, the same color, same opacity, and the light should be like 2 and 2.2. And I will use custom alignment, custom vector, then here align to the mesh orientation and align on the Z. And size will be maybe 500, 400. Let me check if this is covering. 600. Little offset we need, so here I will put maybe 2. And I'll make it little darker through this. So some particle will be darker, 0.5. And the size may be 800 and 500. That's it. And what you can do, you can randomize spawn it anywhere, like through the blueprint, because this is my local FX. So what you can do, let's say you don't have it in viewport. So in the blueprint, let me save all and spawn system at location, and I'll use that FX here. And the location should be random plot, not this, random plot in range, and I'll break the location, and z location should be 0, but x and y should be like 500 minus 500, and I'll copy and paste this for the y. And then I need this custom event, and this is my fx spawning, and then I'll take the function by time. Okay, and when it plays, it should be loop. Every 1 second, it should spawn that fx with a random position. And also you can use random rotation. So I'll break this also and copy this, and on the z, I need 360 minus 360. So when I'll play, it will spawn random with random rotation at random position. Cool. But I think 1 second is too much, because effect duration is 2 seconds. So I'll just take the 2. Now it's better. So that's it. I hope you liked it. If you have any queries, just comment below the video. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, and bye bye.